Here we are at Hovenweep National Monument, and we are in the southeast corner of Utah today, heading, of course, over to Mesa Verde Ruins. Pretty neat up in here. Kind of reminds me of northern Arizona a lot like the Hopi Reservation, only a lot greener. And we'll give you a little 360 about where we're at up here in this little corner of Utah. It's a Monday morning, not a lot of people here. Very few petroglyphs, that's what I was hoping to record here. And we'll just show you where we're at, a little 360. And this is a federal, it looks like, not a state-ran visitor center here, and ruins. It costs $6 to get in. So I'll just walk you through this little breezeway here before we head out. And those are juniper pines, by the way, the little pine trees there, and it's very on the Hopi Res, the Navajo Reservation. And believe it or not, we're still on the Navajo Reservation, I believe. So we'll just walk around here. And there's our little introduction to where we're at. And we'll walk down here and look at some of the ruins and record them. As always, God bless and enjoy. Here's our first little run, and it looks like they set up camp all around this little canyon here, probably because it had running water back then. And you'll see another larger structure right over there. We'll see if we can zoom in. And this is a little canyon now. There's all kinds of little structures around this little canyon. Here's another little structure here in front of me. And as always, the wind constantly blows up here in this corner of this country, America. It's like on the Hopi Res. Little 360 where I'm at here. And man, she's starting to howl now. And I believe they call that Boulder House over there. And if you'll look right there, there's one setting kind of built into the canyon side there. Man, I'm out of air. And they always left little holes in the buildings. I don't know what those were for. Maybe there were sight holes or something. I'm not sure. And if you look closely, you'll see that little building I was talking about, a little simple little cliff dwelling. Basically, you could call it right there. And then I hope I can capture this. There's a little round building down in here, and I hope I'm capturing it. I should be right there.
the middle to upper top. No, not this one. But this is an add-on over here.
Yep.
This is the original wall. Okay? And the difference in masonry. You know, they brought it up and it probably collapsed. And then they brought in a different, smaller masonry to rebuild it.
Yeah, because if you look at the middle, the center bottom, those stones are like this big.
Oh, that's the way they started.
Yep.
But then you can see the difference in color.
Yep.
Is this one newer, or is this just...
This is,
And that mountain in the far background is Ute Mountain, by the way.
yeah.
And now I'm at the far west end of this little park area here. Not really much to see actually compared to some of the things we saw, but we recorded it and sharing it with the world. Met an interesting gentleman here, 5 years older than me, retired Navy. He lived in Mexican Hat. He talked about the uranium mining up in that area of Mexican Hat, Arizona or Utah, about how the groundwater's all been destroyed by the uranium mining. We're now at the very west end of this little Arroyo Canyon here. And we'll zoom down in there. And at one time, I'm sure there was a lot of water here. Here we are up close to running structures. The Hopi built the same way. Of course, if you really think about it, all these people were Hopi. This could have been a Hopi community here. They would later call Anasazi, which means lost people. But I believe, and a lot of other people believe, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but I'm really starting to believe it, that everybody was Hopi anyway. And this structure is universal throughout the Southwest. Now, I don't know how far north this goes, but I know what I've seen here. And we'll pan around here. And there's a good pic of view of Ute Mountain in the background, which is part of the Navajo Reservation still up here in the Four Corners area. And we'll go back around. We're now on the other side of this little canyon here. We're on the south side, I guess. Another little view. I'm going to take a couple more shots here, and we'll call this our videos from this little ancient ruins up here on this little mesa.